Hi, and welcome back to our channel. This is Cross Stitch the Globe. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Allison.
This is
Franklin.
Franklin the cat, who wants to be in the video today. And today is a Flosstube extra all about Allison's trip to an LNS. You lucky duck.
Branson, Missouri.
What's the name of the store?
It's Cecilia's Needleworks. Oh no, Cecilia's Samplers.
And it's the first time you've ever been to an LNS without me, because it's not like we've gone to a lot of them.
Well, it's the second, technically third LNS I've ever been to, because the one in Oklahoma City is not cross stitch specific. It's quilting, but they do have some.
They have a tiny little section. Yeah. So before we dig in, this is a channel about cross stitch. This is not a regular floss tube. We do our regular floss tubes every 2 weeks. They usually come out on Mondays. Today we are doing a floss tube extra because we decided that anything we want to talk about that's going to be like a 20-minute conversation on its own, we're going to pop out of those because we don't want 2-hour floss tubes.
I mean, I like to wash them, but...
Can I just say, though, that this morning light, we are looking great.
We do.
We've never looked better.
We look amazing.
Okay, so it's still spooky season. I got my Hocus Pocus shirt on.
Yeah.
We're being visited by a black cat.
This is our autumn.
You got your autumn flannel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
very good.
I'm very jealous, and we tried not to talk about this trip too much so that I would hear all about it.
I got back last night, so I haven't even seen her until just now. So.
All right, so how did you hear about Cecilia's Samplery?
Yeah, Cecilia's Samplers.
And I spent a lot of time on their website, so I should know.
Yeah. We were told about Cecilia's at the Silver Needle, our LNS in Tulsa.
And LNS, I can't remember. I am not functioning on a lot of sleep today. I don't know if I said this, but LNS, if you're not familiar, it stands for Local Needlework Shop, which is a shop that is either mainly or mostly for cross stitch. I think an LNS also counts if it's like Needlepoint and stuff.
What about quilting?
I don't know.
They also, Branson had a quilting store that was just quilts, and I didn't go.
Because you're not really.
Well, I wanted to see it, but it was really, really, really crowded. I guess it's fall break, and Branson's a big fall, come see the leaves changing, and it was gorgeous, but it was crowded.
So Oklahoma City has, like, the Silver Needle is in Tulsa, so that's 90 minutes away. There's a few in the Dallas metro area, I think, which is 3 hours. And then there is a needlepoint shop in downtown Oklahoma City. Well, it's in the Paseo, called Casa, but it is like 90%. It's a needlepoint specific fabric arts or fiber art store. There's stuff there you could buy that would work for cross stitch, like some of the fancier.
I haven't been.
Like they have needle minders and stuff, but it's not. I went one day hoping to spend money, and I didn't spend any money.
Oh no.
So
not cross stitch.
I was in a fight with my husband. I was like, I want to go shop. And there was nothing. I didn't buy anything. Now, maybe I'm a few months further into my journey. Maybe if I went back.
Yeah.
Because they have like magnifiers and needle minders and stuff, but just nothing that like I really wanted. But like most of their store is like $100 needlepoint kits.
And I loved a needlepoint. I used to needlepoint. I started needlepointing way before I started cross stitching.
Maybe we should go to the store one day and see.
Maybe it'll spark something.
What it's all about. Maybe that'll be an extra one day.
I could do a couple needlepoints.
But Oklahoma City does not have a traditional local needlework shop anymore. We used to have one. So going to Branson and being told that there was going to be one, I was jealous.
Yeah. No, it was definitely, this sounds silly, but it was the highlight of the trip because it was just something so unique and special that I only could do in Branson. It was just this one shop, and it was a lot of fun. Like, yes, the trees and everything was great, but I really liked going to the shop. My husband was like, "What's your best part?" Because we did a ghost tour, which was really cool, and we did all these other like touristy activities, and I was like, it was the needle shop
that you didn't even know about when you.
But I didn't know about until right before the trip started.
Because you booked the trip, and then the lady told you that there was going to be one there, so that's funny.
So it turned out to be the highlight of the trip.
So what was it like so we talked about our visit to the Silver Needle on our second Flosstube towards the end. That video was really long, so if you only want to watch the silver needle part of it, there's a section in the middle, and then the last 3 minutes are like a walkthrough, which at the end I'll post all the videos that you sent me.
I took some videos. It was really cool.
But what was it like in comparison to the silver needle, which is a very famous traditional L&S?
Okay, so Cecilia's was smaller in square footage, but not in product, not in.
It wasn't just packed.
It was just packed, and it was fun. You walk in, and it's this kind of like little cabiny shop. But you walk in, and then you just keep turning, and everywhere you turn, there's another rack of either gorgeous fabrics or gorgeous threads. I mean, they had as many patterns or more as the silver needle did.
Oh, really?
It was huge and yet so tiny and so cute at the same time. It was a lot of fun. Me and my husband wandered around for probably an hour before we started purchasing.
What was it like having Jared there with you?
Okay, so
was it more or less enabling?
I took my husband instead of my sister, which I don't recommend if you want to spend money, because I restrained myself so much. In fact, I think I should have splurged a little bit more. I was on vacation, guys. Come on, I should have treated myself.
I really push you to treat yourself in a way that you find like a little bit anxiety inducing, but nobody else really will push you to, because like they don't know they don't know what would be cool for you to buy, so they don't even know like what is like a can't miss versus like what's normal.
No, I get what you're saying, because there were some that I should have just pulled the trigger. And at the end of the video, she's going to put all pictures and videos of the stuff I took, but there's a lot of the Halloween ones that even there was a Halloween book, or not Halloween book, it was Disney villains, a whole book of Disney villains. And even Jared said, well, that would be cool. And so I picked it up and I was like, that would be cool. And yet he was standing there and I was like, ooh, we just spent a lot of money on this trip. And I put it down. But
that's so responsible.
But now I know where to find it. Because I can always call her up and say, hey, send that to me. So.
Well, and it sucks because a lot of the stuff's available online. So it's like, well, you could just get it online somewhere else. But it feels so good, much better supporting a real...
Yeah. It was the cutest shop. Like, if I lived anywhere close to Branson, I would be over there all the time. It was just, it was an adventure. And
did they have any like flosses or fabric or anything that you hadn't seen or heard about before?
Well, because the only place we've ever been is the Silver Needle. Like, all of it was near me.
Yeah.
And every time I heard something, I'm like, oh, I've seen that on Flosstube, but I've never seen it in real life. It was just an extra exciting little. Oh.
I think it's really important. Like, it really makes a difference if you can see things in person, and it's hard to. So like,
the threads look more vibrant in person. You can see the variegation like much closer in person. So, and I should have bought some variegated floss because, yeah, I've seen them online and it's like, it's hard to say how much better is this variegated yellow than this DMC yellow. Like, but up close you could see the difference in the shading in it. They're really beautiful. And I probably should have done that. But I'm a frugal person. I'm okay with my purchases. We're good.
Yes, you're frugal, and it is served you well because you've been able to sustain this hobby for a really long time,
right?
Without having an entire room devoted to it.
I do not have a craft room, so my previous one stitch at a time really works in my favor space wise.
Yeah,
and I lived in a tiny house for 3 years with my husband, which a literal tiny house is 399 square feet. There was no room for a craft room. There's barely like space in your closet for the sweater I was knitting and the one cross stitch I had going, and that was it. And like that was a lot of space. So
I didn't want a craft room.
Yeah, but now we almost have space for a craft room. It's
well,
right now.
You guys have a second bedroom, but it is a standard poodle room.
It's a standard poodle room
because their standard poodle is gigantic,
and she's a little crazy. She's like only 2,
the size of a horse. But when you no longer need, like, when she no longer requires
an entire bedroom,
yeah,
then we'll have a craft room, and that'll be nice. Craft room / office.
Like, I want a craft room so bad. Like, I want an office to run my travel blog, like, because it's very difficult when you like can't leave equipment out and stuff. And then that will double as a craft room.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I miss having an office so bad.
Yeah, I could turn that as soon as. We have 2 cats and a dog, or 2 dogs and a cat, and they just take up that entire room with their cat tree and the cat box and the dog cages and the dog foods and
Yeah. Well, and we have a 2-bedroom house or a 2-bedroom apartment, and we have to move because my dog, like, we moved in when I just had 1 child. Now we have 2, and the baby's in my room. But I wish I could. I really firmly believe in keeping kids in your room until they're 1. Like, it's much better for SIDS and it's better for like bonding and everything. But she won't be able to move out until we move, and that will be next summer. And so she'll be a lot older than 1, and she does not sleep very well she'll sleep really fine unless you walk in there, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, you're here. I will be with you."
There's
and then she
better.
gets out, yeah. And it's like, so I had to give up even my home desk for the crib. That's how little space we just outgrew the apartment.
Yeah.
But because like all the prices are so messed up, and I wasn't gonna move when I was 6 months pregnant. Like, I just wasn't gonna do that. So okay, let's see what you bought.
Oh, okay. So I made purchases for me, and then I sent Stephanie the web link, and I was like, "Tell me what you want. I'm going, get it." So she sent me some things. So I haven't gotten to give them to her yet. So here we go.
I have not seen it. I have a haul that I haven't even seen yet.
Yay! It's your haul. I'm gonna do you and then mine.
Okay.
Because I didn't get as much. So the first thing I got was you asked for a Mill Hill kit. So this is the one.
I sent her some like ideas of ones I liked. Here, let's see. Of ones that I liked, but I was kind of like surprised me because I just love Mill Hill. I think every time I go to an LNS or you go at like a Mill Hill, that's like the perfect thing to buy at an LNS because it's also something that I probably won't order very much for myself.
This is silly, but I picked it out because like, does that not remind you of Home Alone?
Oh, totally.
Like, absolutely Home Alone.
Not until you said it, but like, yes.
Like, yeah, it's Christmas, giant house, like, decorated all beautiful.
So this one is called, it's Mill Hill 18-2031 Christmas Eve. And I found a video on how to I haven't done a Mill Hill kit. This is my 3rd Mill Hill kit to own, but I haven't stitched one yet because we're waiting for
Christmas.
Yeah.
I have a Christmas, it'll go great with the Christmas tree ornament ones we do in December.
But I found a great video that I got to watch again about how this woman preps her Mill Hill kits because that, as you can see, is a jumble.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Of thread.
I am nervous about that. If anyone has tips on how do you keep track,
and then look at all the little beads.
I mean,
I'm excited though. Like, I'm really excited to pop the Mill Hill kits open. I want to do I'm excited for Christmas stitching. I've enjoyed spooky season stitching, but I'm also going to be excited to put them down and to pick up. I have some just like autumn pieces, and then I'm excited for Christmas.
I'm excited for Christmas too. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So the next one was a Heartstring Samplery.
Oh, I fell in love with this one.
And I love this one too. She sent this to me, and I was like, okay, well, I'm stitching that after you're done stitching it.
So it's like the Christmas Carol I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day is based on a poem. I didn't re-look up to see if the lyrics on this are just the song lyrics or if this is from the poem or exactly which.
Yeah.
But it says, I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, wild and sweet, the words repeat, peace on earth, goodwill to men. So, it's quite big. But what's funny is, so the called for fabric on this, which I'd already picked it out before I looked at the called for fabric, because I was like,
it's really nice.
But the call for fabric, I actually have. It's a vintage light exemplar from Lakeside Linen. Oh. And one day I just found Lakeside Linen available and just bought some because everyone talks about how great it is and it's never available.
Have you stitched on it yet?
Yes, and I'm obsessed.
Is it really good?
I'll show you. So the Flosstube that already came out, we're going to film next, and I'll be showing some Lakeside Linen pieces. I'm doing my
behind the scenes secret.
Yeah, I'm doing my Liz Matthews Flowers and Friends on Lakeside Linen. Oh. And I love it. But anyway, so I actually already had, this is a very hard fabric and I already had it.
That's nice.
So it's kind of meant to be. And then it's called for the Gloriana silks that are basically impossible to get and very expensive. But I have almost every color in it. I have a silk either from Stitchy Box or most, some of the different silk things I've been stashing up.
Do your conversion.
So I can do a conversion into still with silk into much cheaper.
Are you gonna try and stick with the same sweet color pattern?
As close as I can get.
It's kind of springy.
Like, I'll probably make it more Christmassy. And then my
Yeah.
idea is that I'll probably start it when Christmas season starts. But long term, I think I just want to stitch it at least on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day every year. And maybe it takes me 10 years. And maybe my kids grow up where I'm always stitching it on Christmas or something. And
When are you going to finish that?
yeah, like it might be something that's like, oh, you graduated high school, mom finished her Christmas sampler, like same year.
That's cute.
But I love it. And this
That's
is one
very
of those things where it's like, you could order it online, but it's so much more special that you got it for me, and that'll
And it was
always
kind
be
of, it was so fun, like going through everything and being like, oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, so it has a DMC conversion. So what I'll
Okay.
probably do is I'll pull the DMC colors and then convert to my silk from the DMC, since I have no idea what those Gloriana silks look like in real life, which is what I did for my Liz Matthews conversion. But yeah, in this picture, it's like kind of looks not Christmas colors, but on the online pictures, they're much redder and
okay, maybe.
So I'll figure it out. You guys will see that in a couple weeks because Christmas will be coming. Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay, there was one more thing I got for you. They had a whole Mirabilia section, and they were just so beautiful. I almost got like 3 of them for myself.
I started out, which I think is really common, not wanting to stitch any fancy ladies.
Yeah.
And then you see people's done, and then this is the 25th anniversary release. So this came out in 2018. It's not new. So the original one came out in 93.
Oh, but look how gorgeous that is. You're going to have so much fun.
And this pattern is a little bit bulky and it was a little bit more than normal because it includes the charm that you put on it. So like, it doesn't have the whole bead pack or anything in it, but it does include this one special charm that like,
nice.
But yeah, so I was like, not going to stitch fancy ladies. And now I'm like, well, I think I'm going to stitch one fancy lady, but I also want to buy some of the patterns that I really like of other ones because they just go in and out of print. And it's like, and then I found out apparently November is Nora November.
I did not know that.
And you guys will already know this if you follow us closely because we'll already have talked about it on our Flosstube. But the Nora Corbett that I kitted up, I'm like, well, I have to start it in November now. Like, I didn't know when I was going to start it. Like, should it be New Year, new start? Like, whatever. Well, now I got to start in November, even if I don't have time to stitch it very much. So I might start a few of them just to have them all started.
Because you hate starting.
Because
right? You hate starting.
hate starting. So I might start a bunch of them and then know that they're there when
You're
I'm ready for
probably
them.
one of the only people I've heard on Flosstube who hates starting. You like starting a new project, but the actually doing it, you do not like.
I started something on Friday and it took me, so I put Molly down for bed at 10:30. For nap at 10:30 in the morning, and I was like, okay, it'll take me like an hour. I'll have 2 hours of her nap. It'll take me an hour to get all of these flosses like bobbinated and labeled, and so I'll be stitching an hour.
Yeah.
3 hours later, I was late to meet our brother because I still was bobbinating 35 colors because Molly woke up early. And then, so she was up, but my husband came home, so he had to hold her because I had all of the floss colors spread out on our coffee table with their labeled bobbin and their labeled floss bag. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Do not let her down because she'll just go and then they'll be, like, I hate it. So, but once it's started, then I will just pick it up whenever. So, thank you. I'm so excited.
I'm happy for you.
It was really fun. And what did you get yourself?
Okay, and so I restrained myself from buying the entire store, and I got myself one thing because I only had one project that I was going to. I was like, I'm only buying stuff that I know I'm going to use, and I needed fabric for a new start that is not here yet. And so I got this.
Do I know what the new start is for?
Yes. Maybe not. I'll tell you later. It's a Santa. It's a Christmas start. So I got, this is the tag for it. And it's the Easy Grid. So, because my new start is going to be
you already
full
cut
coverage.
it to size? Or they cut size?
They cut it for me.
Oh, that's
and
so
serged it
nice.
for me.
Because I also hate cutting fabric.
I know. And they serged it for me.
Cutting
Like,
Aida
so
doesn't
nice.
stress me out, but cutting linen stresses me out. Because, like, if you mess it up, and it's like a hand-dyed piece, you might never, or like if it's like linen, you mess it up, you might never ever see it again.
Oh, God. No. But this is just, it's the Easy Grid stuff, which I haven't worked on before. But I always pre-grid my
I'm excited to
coverages.
see, because if you love this, I might switch to doing my own photos on Easy Grid.
Yes.
Because I do have a lifetime supply of plain white Aida, but I can stash and load it pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. And the shop assistant was so nice. She explained like, okay, you just, heat it and then the lines will go away. You don't have to worry about
So you can't iron it then until it's...
I can't iron it until it's done. So it'll be all wrinkly for a long time because it's going to be on a full coverage. It's a full coverage.
Oh, I forgot to bring a Q-snap because you wanted to try Q-snap.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
you try a Q-snap on this because since you won't be ironing it anyway, you won't have to worry about getting it in and out of the Q-snap.
Yeah. But that's all I got, and I am so happy with that purchase because that's what I needed. As soon as my pattern that I bought on Etsy shows up, then I'm going to start that.
What
It is it's a Sooner Santa.
Oh, yeah.
Did I tell you?
That.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
a Sooner Santa.
University of Oklahoma Sooners.
Boomer Sooner. Go you.
Yeah. And F Texas, basically.
F Texas. Beat Texas is what we say now. Beat Texas.
What we say now.
We say that now because we got in trouble a lot.
Well, I went to the University of Kansas, and we used to say
Which you also lost this weekend.
But it was really brutal. But we almost beat OSU. But we are a historically bad football team. So my husband was like making fun of us, and I was like, you don't understand. Any football wins are like icing on the cake because we're a basketball school. Yeah. So like. It's like I'll watch it and I'm happy, but I'm not unhappy when we lose at football the way that like I get really unhappy when we lose at basketball. But when I was in college, we had Missouri was Missouri is our historic rival at the University of Kansas, the way that Texas is Oklahoma's historic rival. But Missouri left the Big 12 and went to the SEC, so we don't play them as much anymore. So I don't know if the youth understand. But when I was in school, we had these T-shirts that said Muck Fizzoo, and it was really cute, and I loved it. I had one, and Dad came to the game, came to the Missouri game, and was like, what is this? I was like 20, I thought it was so cool.
It was cool.
I wonder if I still have that T-shirt somewhere.
I wear my husband's that just says Beat Texas, and then on the back, it's got more rear hand gestures, but...
Don't you have earrings that are literally...
I do have...
I borrowed your earrings today, because I don't like not wearing earrings on. Yeah. I don't wear earrings at home because the baby rips them out of my ears.
I have little kitty cats.
And I got witches to go with my Hocus Pocus.
We're feeling very fall today.
But I forgot them. I forgot to wear earrings, so I was borrowing them, and I was going through your earrings, and I saw your Beat Texas earrings.
I do have my Beat Texas earrings, which I love.
And also...
They worked. We beat Texas.
The OU Texas game was...
intense. It was intense, and... It was wonderful. And the best quote, now I'm going to have to put it on a T-shirt for my husband, was Oklahoma only fears God and Texas fears Oklahoma.
You should stitch that.
I should stitch that.
I could totally chart it for you on Max Stitch. It wouldn't be hard at all.
Oh my God. Let's talk.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to talk about? Cecilia's samplers?
She included this really nice tiny modernist pattern with our purchase, and I thought it was so nice of her. And look how freaking cute. And y'all saw Frankie earlier. I'm going to stitch this, and I'm going to put a little white strip on his belly.
Are you going to make him fatter like Frankie?
Oh, yeah, he's going to be a lot fatter.
And then did you mention the free table?
No, there was, when you were walking in, there was a milk crate of free to good home patterns. And so there's a little video clip of me going through them. And some of them were so cute. And I did not remember to grab one on my way out. Didn't even do it. Because it was, when you walk in, I didn't want to walk in.
You don't even treat yourself from the free table because you don't think of yourself first. So I'm just going to have to force you to think about yourself first.
It was a mistake. And they're closed on Sundays because it was the most fun part of our trip. And so when they were like, well, are you going to do anything fun before you go home on Sunday? And I was like, well, we're going back to the cross-stitch store, but it was closed. So we did not go back to the cross-stitch store. So that's fine.
You just got to go back to Branson.
I'll just have to go back to Branson, Missouri.
Also, there's some good LNSs in the Kansas City area. You're going up to Kansas City, so we'll have to figure out which one.
I'm going to Lawrence for the KU-OU game.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, you're not going to win. It's okay.
We're not. I mean, rock, chalk, and maybe we will. And if it was basketball, I'd be like, yeah, we're going to win.
Come on.
But
no,
it's, I don't know.
I don't even think we have to.
Well, what's funny we played Oklahoma State this weekend, and our dad went to Oklahoma State. So they said Kansas has to be Oklahoma State since, and I thought they were going to say like 1955, but they said 2007. I was like, we beat them in 2007? I don't remember that. But that was like our last glory era. Yeah. Like we had a good era, 2007, 2008. We had a really good team. And when we went to like the Orange Bowl, and then it was like epically bad again, and now we're like in a good era again. But
Yes, much better than historically.
And we went into the
my
game with a better
historical
record than Oklahoma State, but I don't think we had as hard of a
You were not
schedule yet.
supposed to lose that game, I don't think.
And we shouldn't have lost, but our good quarterback wasn't even playing. So, thank you for sticking around.
Sorry.
All right. I can't even remember how to close a video because I slept for 4 hours last night.
How about thank you for watching.
Thank
We're really
you.
So happy that you guys choose to spend time with us.
If you're in Branson, if you're in the like northeast Oklahoma, southwestern Missouri, you should definitely check this place out. I'm super jealous.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Cecilia Samplers, check it out.
Bye guys. Bye.